Right now, how the community is coming together to help after a Eunice staple burns down. Plus, folks in New Iberia will join together. Their mission, stop the violence. And a Branch family is in recovery mode after severe weather tore the roof off of their home.
Live from Acadiana, your local news leader, this is KLFY News 10 at 6. We
begin tonight in St. Landry Parish. Fire destroyed Nick's on 2nd, a popular restaurant in a building that has stood in downtown Eunice since 1930. As flames led to the loss of the building, the community standing together in support. Now, the fire started around 11 a.m. Saturday. No one was inside at the time, but the cause of the fire is still unknown. News 10's Zane Hogue joins us with the story of community as people came together to not only put out the flames, but also ensure the employees can move forward.
Here in Eunice, the owners of Nick's on 2nd are recovering after a fire destroyed the downtown staple. However, the damages could have been much worse to downtown Eunice if it wasn't for a team effort between firefighters across Acadiana. The fire on Saturday resulted in the entire restaurant burning down. Speaking to Eunice Fire Chief Chase Brown, he says crews worked on extinguishing the flames for nearly 10 hours, having 3 ladder trucks and a constant rotation of firefighters on scene the entire time. A feat that wouldn't have been possible without the help of 15 other departments, including Basile, Rain, and Church Point.
Without them, there's no way we could have stopped it. As soon as we had one crew that would finish up and burn out, and we had to send them to rehab to get checked out and seen about, the next crew would be just about getting on scene and coming in, and our rotation worked perfectly. We got extremely lucky, and we're very happy with the help we got.
Even more assistance came when a local crop dusting agency offered their assistance, dropping water from the sky.
And by the grace of God, he showed up and dropped water on top of us, and it was absolutely needed. He did a wonderful job. He was an angel in the sky.
With the flames extinguished and recovery now the top priority, another helping hand from the community is here to help the employees of Nick's get back on their feet.
We're putting on a fundraiser for Nick's and employees at Nick's and trying to get them as much help as we can. They're going to be out of work for a while, so it's a fun drive. We're going to be at the Eunice Superette cooking hamburgers, drinks, and a bag of chips for $8. We're looking to sell anywhere from $500 to $800 to just try to help them, monetarily as they go through the process of rebuilding.
Here in Eunice, I'm Zane Hogue for KLFY News 10.
The fundraiser selling burgers and drinks will be held at the Superette grocery store in Eunice tomorrow during lunch. Now to a developing story we're following. A charter fishing trip in Toledo Bend turned into a tragedy, killing 2 people from Opelousas. According to the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, yesterday, 5 customers chartered a fishing boat with a fishing guide on Toledo Bend Lake. The wind and waves quickly picked up, and agents say a wave hit the pontoon boat, causing it to capsize and sending all 6 people into the water. Officials say 3 people and the guide were clinging to the capsized vessel. The bodies of 27-year-old Macy Richard and 57-year-old Geraldine Hebert, both of Opelousas, were recovered from the water. A Lafayette man is facing multiple counts of child pornography and animal abuse. Authorities say 54-year-old Shannon Paul Bellard of Lafayette was arrested in Opelousas. In St. Landry Parish, he faces 8 counts of pornography involving juveniles under the age of 13, along with 15 counts of sexual abuse of an animal. In Lafayette Parish, Bellard is charged with 2 additional counts of child pornography. This investigation is ongoing. And Lafayette police are asking for your help identifying 2 suspects wanted for armed robbery. A victim was robbed at gunpoint on Martin Luther King Drive. Authorities telling us these 2 men fled the scene in a black Dodge Charger. Take a good look at your screen. If you know either of these men or have information that could help detectives in the case, call Lafayette Crime Stoppers at 232-TIPS. Authorities in Acadia Parish need your help capturing the suspects accused of attempting to steal copper near Morse. According to sheriff's officials, it happened earlier this month on Carp Road. Deputies say the suspects allegedly used tow straps to pull down phone lines from utility poles, which also caused widespread power outages. The damage is estimated to be around $5,000. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers of Acadia Parish at 789-TIPS. Over to Iberia, a Stop the Violence rally will be held Friday to bring the community together to find an answer to the continued rise in crime. The organization Hand to Hand Combat is putting together the rally in response to the recent crimes in New Iberia and the surrounding area. The plan for the rally is to have residents find a method to help reduce the crime plaguing the community. Community activist Felton Hogan says residents are responding to the increase in violence and are on board with making a change.
People are catching it now. People are getting tired of hearing things happening throughout the city, so they're sick of it. So they're coming together with us, and we're going to some kind of way eliminate or at least slow down the crime that's happening.
Food and drinks will be provided for those in attendance at the rally at 4 o'clock Friday in the St. Edwards Field off Mississippi Street. Continuing coverage of the state legislative session, a new law changes the way you can interact with police while they're working. The new law makes it illegal to be within 25 feet of an officer who warns you once to stay back. Any person who fails to do this could face up to 60 days in jail or a $500 fine. Another bill headed to the governor would make it easier for people to avoid being sued who drive into protests. That's if a driver claims he or she is worried about getting hurt or even dying while driving during a protest. This comes amid pro-Palestine protests blocked roads in Louisiana. A Branch family is without electricity and a home to live in after their roof was torn off. Yesterday, Acadia Parish experienced severe weather. You can see some of the damage done to this mobile home in just a small snippet of the video we captured. Our News 10's Rodrika Taylor spoke to a woman who was inside of the home and brings us a closer look at the damage.
You may be wondering if it snowed here, but all of this is insulation. Josie Guidry says she and her mother were inside their trailer when the weather got bad. As a result of the strong winds, you can see their roof was blown off.
We were sitting in the living room, and then all of a sudden we can feel the house shaking. And I looked out the window and you could see the air, like everything just spinning around outside until like when it ended, it felt like the trailer just sat still, and when I opened the door, that's when I saw the roof was off.
Nearly 70 feet of the trailer's roof is now lying on the ground beside the home, covered in insulation. The wood panels of what held the home together exposed and broken. While a white blanket of insulation covers the yard and areas nearby, Guidry says they are waiting on the next steps.
The electricity is off. The fire marshal has to come to see if the house is livable in order for them to put it back on and for us to stay in it.
If you want to help, the family has set up a GoFundMe account, which you can find on our website at klfy.com. In Branch, Rodrika Taylor, KLFY News 10.
Residents complained. Coming up, what's being done to restore gas utilities at one Lafayette apartment complex.
Yeah, some storms west of us, even a flash flood warning over there in Beauregard Parish. Will we see that here overnight? We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
In preparation of hurricane season, don't miss our Tracking the Tropics special. There you'll get a hurricane season outlook. We'll also speak with the National Hurricane Center about the upcoming season and give some suggestions to keep in mind in order to stay safe. Join us for Tracking the Tropics Friday at 6:30 p.m. and Saturday night at 10:35.
Now, here's Storm Team 10 Chief Meteorologist Heath Morton.
Not too bad out there. Right now, not bad at all across Acadiana. Most of the storms are west of us across. It looks like Beauregard Parish, actually a flash flood warning there, southern parts of Beauregard Parish. These storms aren't moving much, so they can put down a lot of heavy rain in a short period of time, and one thunderstorm over northern Cameron Parish. Elsewhere across Acadiana, we just don't see a whole lot going on. Could see a few more storms develop this evening, but I think once we lose the heating of the day, a lot of those will fade away fairly quickly. Here's what it looks like with our Sky 10 Weather Cam network as we look out there. Just some gray skies, no big issues. It looked like Evangeline Downs and Opelousas, mostly cloudy. Then we're looking at a lot of clouds. Some sun trying to peek through there in New Iberia as we look back off to the west. And maybe a few sprinkles with some of those clouds, but overall not a whole lot. Nothing like what we had going on yesterday with those severe thunderstorms moving across Acadiana. Temperature's not too bad, but it is still humid. Mid-70s now, Lafayette 75, Opelousas 75, and New Iberia is at 77. Much warmer to the west, 92 San Antonio, 84 in Dallas, Shreveport and 82. So you can kind of see where the rain has fallen or is falling now with those cooler temperatures. Only 71 right now in Jackson, Mississippi. Future track pretty much dissolves those showers and thunderstorms west of us this evening. That will go away. Not a lot overnight. Tonight we'll see overnight lows mostly in the 70s, and I think tomorrow pretty much the same thing. A few showers, a few thunderstorms, especially once we get to the afternoon. And any of these storms over the next couple of days could be strong to severe, although I think the slightly better chance of that is going to come in as we get through Friday. Highs tomorrow, upper 80s to lower 90s where it's not raining. And then as we get through tomorrow night, no big issues. Could see some patchy fog. And then taking it through Friday, not a lot in the morning, but notice thunderstorms develop. This looks like the sea breeze may try to get going and move to the north. Daytime highs upper 80s, lower 90s. And we could see some storms come in from the west and move down to the southeast. Saturday night or Friday night, no big issues. As we get through the day on Saturday, pretty much the same thing, with about a 40 to 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Here's the risk on Friday. There is a level 2 risk from central Texas all the way into the western parts of the state. Main threat damaging winds, maybe some hail, tornado threat very low, but the remainder of Acadiana in that level 1 risk as we get through the day on Friday. So we'll watch that very closely. 72 tonight, rain chances 30%, mainly in the first half of the evening. Light south winds. Here's the morning forecast. Don't see any issues in the morning, maybe a few showers, but most of it's dry. At 9 o'clock, 80, and as we look at 10 to 11 o'clock, up to about 82 degrees. We'll go up to 89 tomorrow, pretty close to normal for this time of year. Scattered showers and storms, so the rain chances at about 50%. There are the next 7 days, 50% chance of rain Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And any of those storms during the day could contain some gusty winds and hail, so that small threat of damaging winds will be there. And as we take it through early next week, we start drying out a little bit more with highs in the lower 90s, lows mid-70s, only 20% with the rain chances Tuesday and Wednesday.
Okay, we got to get through a series of 50% every day before that almost.
I know, we got to, most of that's going to be in the afternoon, so the mornings should be pretty good.
So when we're getting into work, we can get ready for some activity.
Yep, exactly. Yep,
seems to be the trend.
Been pretty busy the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Heath. Well, all month long, we're saluting the high school graduates of 2024. Right now, we recognize Brooklyn Felix, a graduate of Crowley High School. Congratulations, Brooklyn, from all of us here at KLFY, and best of luck in your future endeavors.
Tomorrow on Pause 2, Miss Warbucks. The musical is coming to Lafayette, and the producer, writer, and star of the show will be in to talk about it.
And the Lafayette Public Library is getting ready to kick off its Summer Reading Challenge. We'll tell you how you can participate. Scattered showers and thunderstorms still in the forecast. Of course, we'll go into detail on that in Pause 2.
Join Acadiana's #1 morning show, Pause 2, starting at 4:30 a.m. Download the KLFY News 10 weather app. Stay connected today.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back. Well, some of the people living at Himbola Manor Apartments are furious. They have been without gas, utilities, and hot water for almost a week now. They sought help from KLFY, and News 10's Renee Allen responded. It's a story new at 6.
Utility company Atmos Energy tells us that the gas was shut off due to a gas leak on Himbola's side of the piping. And for that reason, it's Himbola's responsibility to fix it. Atmos Energy representative Gina Roussel explains they received a call from Himbola management on Saturday, May 25th, about a gas leak. For safety reasons, the utility company had to shut off the gas service.
Once we hear back from the apartments that the repairs are completed and, everything has been inspected, we will get back out there and coordinate with them and get all the gas turned back on.
Some residents in the apartment complex prefer to remain anonymous due to fear of eviction. However, they're willing to speak up. One resident reports the stove isn't working and the hot water runs cold.
Try to make it a way to either boil our water in the microwave using a bowl or something. Like, that's difficult. How are we supposed to keep washing this like that?
Some don't have family nearby, but some do.
Take no bed or nothing, can't cook, and it's been since Friday.
The call into Atmos Energy, we're told, will be treated as a priority call.
We send out our texts at any time, weekends, after hours, to get service turned back on for those customers.
Himbola Apartments sits within the council district of Elroy Broussard. Broussard spoke to me and told me he spoke with management, who says they will have plumbing on site first thing Thursday morning. Renee Allen reporting, KLFY News 10.
Renee Allen getting answers for us. Hey, a quick note, we want to make a correction to the fundraising efforts in Eunice to support the employees of Nick's on 2nd. That fundraiser, the barbecued burgers and drinks, will happen on Friday, not Thursday. So Friday, lunchtime, go out there and show your support. On to other news happening in Jeff Davis Parish. Residents in Welsh will be without power for a short time tomorrow morning. Officials tell us the planned outage will begin at 9 a.m. and last about 15 minutes. Officials say the outage is to perform necessary substation repairs.
Did the Cajuns leave for Texas? Find out next in sports.
News Nation tonight. RFK Jr. one-on-one with Cuomo. The latest on his race for the White House and why he launched a legal complaint against these two. Plus, he died after his father forced him to use the treadmill. Now his mother speaks out live. Tonight on Cuomo at 8/7 Central, only on News Nation. Friday, a special edition of Banfield. Ashley's on the ground at CrimeCon, talking to some of the biggest names in true crime. Hear from the BTK killer's daughter, Gabby Petito's parents, JonBenét Ramsey's father, and more. Banfield Friday, only on News Nation. To find News Nation, go to joinnn.com.
Download the Acadiana Eats app. It's free in the Apple app and Google Play stores.
from the KLFY News 10 Sports Center, we are Acadiana's local sports leader.
Good evening, Acadiana. I'm Jalen Cavalier. Louisiana baseball hit the road this afternoon. The Cajuns' next destination, Aggieland. The Cajuns earned their third straight trip to the NCAA Baseball Regionals. Selected as a 2 seed, Louisiana will play in the Bryan College Station Regional. The Cajuns will face Texas in the nightcap on Friday at 5 on ESPN2. The meeting against Texas marks the second straight season the two teams will face off in the opening round of regionals. Cajuns outfielder Caleb Stelly says the Sun Belt tournament loss really set the tone moving forward for his team.
We didn't really play like we wanted to. We're going to come out, use that momentum, use how, that bad feeling, bad taste in our mouth. And you just got to come out and play a little bit harder. We're playing better teams, so, we're just trying to do what we can, do what we do best, and play a good game and beat them.
Sticking with baseball, LSU baseball earned the number 2 seed in the Chapel Hill Regional. The Tigers will face number 3 seed Wofford Friday at 11 on ESPNU. LSU enters the NCAA tournament having won 7 of their last 8 games. The Tigers look to bounce back after losing to Tennessee in the SEC tournament title game. Now, how about some football? The New Orleans Saints lose a key piece on defense right before OTAs. Gold, black, and gold Sarah Polcheski has more from New Orleans.
It's no surprise the Saints are looking to improve their defensive line play this offseason after an uncharacteristic 2023 when the black and gold finished 22nd in run defense and 28th in sacks league-wide. But the task of improving the line just got a bit tougher with the loss of a key contributor. Head coach Dennis Allen revealing Tuesday that defensive end Tano Passigno tore his Achilles tendon during the offseason, which is why he hasn't been spotted at OTAs to this point. The 8-year vet was 4th on the team in sacks last season with 3.5. Allen said Tano won't be ready for training camp or the beginning of the season, but isn't ruling out his return just yet.
I think there's a chance he could be back at some point. He's been a valuable part of what we, do defensively. I think there's some versatility in terms of the things that he can do in terms of playing, on the edge or even moving into the interior. So, and you look at a guy that's worked extremely hard like he has. It's unfortunate that happens, but he's on the road to recovery. He's going through the rehab process. He's going to work as hard as he possibly can to get himself ready to get back out there as soon as he can. So, when that is, I don't know.
Running back Alvin Kamara and cornerback Marshawn Lattimore were once again not spotted during the open media period during Tuesday's OTA practice. However, running back Jamal Williams was at practice Tuesday after not being seen at the first OTA practice. Reporting from the Saints practice facility for your Go Black and Gold, I'm Sarah Polcheski.
That is your look at sports. I'm Jalen Cavalier.
You're watching KLFY News 10, Acadiana's local news leader.
Here at KLFY, we are honoring veterans and men and women currently serving. Right now, we honor a specialist, Kurt Leonard. Leonard served as a medic in the U.S. Army during Desert Storm. We thank you for your service. If you would like to honor a veteran or a current military service member, just go to our website, klfy.com, hit the banner, and let us know who we should honor.
And still some thunderstorms, mostly over the western parts of the area. As we see Cameron Parish do have a flash flood warning over Beauregard Parish, and that storm's making its way to Allen Parish. These are slow movers, so some of those could dump a few inches of rain. I think most areas dry as we go through the evening, but looks like we'll see some of those storms out there. Looks like most of this should wind down over the next hour or two. Here's what it looks like over the next 7 days. Rain chances at about 50% as we go through the next 5 to 7 days. Overnight lows lower to mid-70s. Rain chances will come down a little bit as we head into early next week. Okay, hoping things stay on the light side Friday because, of course, in Eunice, there's the fundraiser for the employees of Nick's on 2nd. Burned down over the weekend. They're going to be selling burgers and drinks Friday around lunchtime to help the employees of Nick's kind of get back on their feet after the fire. Looks like some storms, but, you know, not all day, just mostly, you know, like we've seen over the last couple of days. Mostly in the afternoon. All right, stay with us. We'll keep you updated. We hope to see you again at 10.